Good karma, bad mom. Good karma, bad mom. Good karma, bad mom. Your new fave crew. Tell a friend tune in here so they can listen to.
Hi, my name is Karma, and this is my mom, Tihesha. Welcome to our podcast, Good Karma, Bad Mom.
You never want to give me a chance to say hi. Our friends want me to say hi. Hello. I just need a little second.
Dude, you normally do this.
Sometimes that's my closer.
And I've been waiting for you to do it because I remembered where it's from, and I've been waiting.
It's
you little
I told
rascal.
You last time, you little rascal. I said it's from the little rascals. That's funny. As I said it the first time when you asked me, and I said the little rascals.
And then I saw a clip of it on TikTok because I got my iPhone back, y'all.
Okay.
Watch out. How was your week?
My week was good up until not too long ago, and I realized I was missing an earring.
Yeah, your jewelry just running away.
I don't understand. I think it's when
treat him good.
I do. I think it's when I put my helmet on, my motorcycle helmet.
She's a motorcycle rider.
And I'm gonna find it though. Everybody, let's send good vibes. We're gonna find it. But how was your week?
I drove to Thompson's Lake. No adults. Well, I mean, technically, I'm an adult, and so is the person
I was about to say.
Yeah. It was me and my bestie Lee. This is actually her shirt. Don't tell her, because I need to give it back to her.
Okay.
But we drove to Thompson's Lake, and it was so nostalgic, because that's where I went, like, every summer for my childhood, like, to go camping.
Okay.
And I drove there. And where I work, like, we go to, Altamont a lot, and I hope I never have to drive us down there, because it was rough. It was a little
for your job, or
yeah, because sometimes when we do like off premises,
I don't think that your job will have you drive.
Well, because I told one of my coworkers, I don't want to name drop, but probably know who I'm talking about, and I told him, I was like, I drove to Thompson. Like, he goes, that's right by Altamont where we work normally. I was like, please don't make me drive there. I made sure to let my other coworker know. I was like, it was so tough driving there. So at least somebody heard me complain how scared I was driving there, because I'm only driven out there once.
Trust me, they're not going to sign you up to be the driver.
And then I drove, because I have a Jeep.
Okay.
I can't stop doing that. Like,
well, you should.
And I drove my Jeep with the roof and the doors off, and I went mud bogging.
Oh,
for like
fancy.
2 minutes. I said 4-wheel drive.
Okay. Doors off. Hello.
I felt like I was in Jurassic Park.
Okay.
Now that I have my phone back, it's a little bit easier to like get into music, because I'm a music girly. Like, I'm pretty sure my earbuds was like the amount of like it shows you how many minutes you played music for. Mine was a little crazy.
Your earbuds do that?
Yeah. No, it's like an app, and it shows what song. Yeah. And so I'm the type of person where I need to have songs. Like, I cling to a song, and
I know.
I found some really good ones.
Songs that, hear them.
Well, there's a couple songs that I was like, I already knew this song, but I remember you, like 4/4.
Okay, let's just say that you just talked about earlier you're singing.
Bad Religion.
Or Like There Is.
By Frank Ocean. But then I found Bobby James by Nerd, and I didn't realize Nerd was old. Like, I thought they were more like 2013, not 2000.
I'm glad to see you're a fan.
Yeah. And then, I don't want to get back into my country era, but Make Me Wanna by Thomas Rhett, and then Say No to This by Hamilton. I told my one friend, and I was like,
I have been hearing you play Hamilton. I was like, oh wow, I haven't heard this in a little bit of time.
That and also Heather's too.
Yeah, well, I just even more so Hamilton. I remember
just the same song over and over again too.
Listening to that.
Well, because I told my one friend Lee, and I was like, I think my beige flag.
I love I said one friend. I was about to really make some jokes. Like, only friend.
I was like, I think my beige flag is the fact that my favorite song from Hamilton has to be either like The Room Where It Happens, or like Washing It on Your Side, or Say No to This. And she goes, no, that's a red flag, because what? I'm like, it's banger.
Okay. Bang, bang.
Into the roof, you know I wanna bang, bang, all over you.
Well, what are we going to talk about today?
Friends and family. Funny enough, you're just making fun of me for not having any friends. I would think I have, like, well, I don't know. I think I have friends.
Well, I feel like that's a perfect segue to one of my questions. Which friendship surprised you the most after graduation?
I was hoping you would ask this question because I don't know how to answer it because it's like
Truthfully, and with all the realness.
But what does that
with the name dropping.
But what does that mean? Because it's like after graduation.
Yeah, so just think about how your friend group was when you were in prior to graduating and then where it is now.
Oh, that's not how I took it. I thought
Okay, how'd you take it?
I thought you meant like what friend did you like after you graduate that surprised you? So I was like, oh, I met a friend in college. But like I didn't really, none of my friendship changed. I guess me and my friend Lee, I mean, as you have seen, it's like we're close. We were close, but now we're hanging out more.
Okay, so
That's how I took it. I was like, oh, well, there's Tammy. Me and Tammy, we were snapping last night because I was tweaking over my Jamaican mango. I was like, where is he? Someone take, I was like, take me.
they were crashing out, huh?
And we were crashing out, both of us, because she also has a boyfriend and stuff. And
Her boyfriend's ignoring her too?
well, first of all, Tyreek is not ignoring me. He was just texting me for the shoot, telling me to drink some water because he cares about me.
Okay, stay hydrated.
But that's my business to tell. But they're doing good, I think. So we were both sending snaps back and forth, and she was like, "Why didn't we just FaceTime?" It's like, why didn't we just FaceTime?
Okay.
But I don't.
So
Now I don't want to answer this question even more.
why?
You know why?
Well,
You have like
this.
Why?
Yeah, why? The same question or?
like the way you describe it, like, you know exactly what you're doing too.
Yeah, I'm trying to set my stuff up. That's exactly what I'm.
Some good clips.
I just want to know. Okay, so if you and Lee got closer, right? So which of your friends? Because she wasn't. No matter how much you say, like, oh, you guys probably maintained being friends, right? But
It wasn't.
She
adequate.
wasn't
That is
around.
a good. Like we maintained a friendship, but we were only seeing each other like once a month, if.
Right, if that, and I was around, so if that, and you guys weren't like, well, I don't know who you were messaging or not messaging, but I know
Yeah,
as
we
far
had
as
a
like seeing
Snap
each
score.
other. Okay, does that even count as real communication?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I want to know like real communication. That's what we're gonna go off of. Is like when you physically talk to somebody on the phone. Oh, speaking of, I just did this as the phone. How do you do phone? Okay.
I'm not some.
Do people do that?
I've seen.
Like call me.
I've seen some so called what?
Call me.
Oh, I heard B, and I was like, what? I've seen some really corny videos where it's like Gen X, Millennial, and Gen Alpha, and it's like, oh, how would you like hang up the phone and speak like that? And then like, Gen Alpha's just like, oh, hang up, and it's so corny when I see like, because Gen Z and Millennial are like the same, except for like
boop,
yeah, and then yeah, that's what I don't know why I did.
Clap that shit.
Yeah.
Closed. Slam it down.
Oh, that is one thing that I do miss. It's rough having a flip phone now that I know, because it's like,
Because you didn't know before.
yeah, but it's different when you like do something for a couple months and you're like, okay, this is fine, I can do this, and then you get the supplement back and you're like, I gotta take it from my cold dead hands.
All right, well, let's not get off topic here.
Yeah, because I was getting off topic. What's one friendship that I think I'm not? Ooh.
I see you trying to read my stuff. Who fell off that you... Oh.
Yeah, two different questions, Mom. Stay on topic.
Yeah, my bad. So yeah, which friendship surprised you the most after graduation? And you answered that, you and Lee. And then I was segueing into, who made space for Lee to come in? So yeah, who fell off? Was it a group of people? Was it a singular?
So, you know, okay.
And let's remind yourself that we're here to keep it real and keep it honest so our audience keeps coming back, okay? Our friends want to know.
You know what's funny is Patient actually asked me about the girl I'm about to talk about because I took her to her, I almost called her uncle's graduation party. She was like, "Oh, you guys still friends?" I was like, "Oh," and it was right after I found out all the other things. I was like, "Honey, I got some tea for you."
Okay.
But I did fall out with a girl in my friend group, which is funny because
What girl?
a girl that I was close with since like 3rd grade.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Can I guess names? Stop being messy, Mom. I heard that.
You're so stupid. And it just was like a very nasty fallout on her end. She was disrespectful. And not to get messy, but I was going to write her a whole letter being like, "Oh, sweetie pie, come back home. I miss you." And then
What happened?
well, I thought about it. You talked some sense to me, and I was like, first of all, she does not deserve my sweet words. God. Because she was disrespectful. All I want to do is help her. Maybe I'm biased, but that was, yeah, I saved space.
Okay, and then how does that make you feel now? I know, like, you're sitting here making jokes or whatnot, but how does it make you feel?
Oh, I'm crumbling on the inside.
Are you?
Yeah, it's
I
really
can see
tough.
that.
Oh.
No, I was being...
I know I'm being like, we can tell. No, then I realized, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, we were so, like, I was close with her family, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I almost, like, especially...
It's a relationship. It's a breakup, and then, you know...
I made a whole breakup playlist, too.
Aww.
But then there was a lot of, like, emotional songs, and I knew that if I listened to it, I would go and bring her the letter. Because be like, "Girl, I just miss you." But then sometimes she says some stupid shit. And I'm like, you know what? No. Bye-bye.
So, do you have, like... You were just talking about snapping and everything. Do you guys... What's your way of communicating? Is it snapping? Do you guys have group chats as friends?
We have a whole group chat of our, a whole group chat is our friend group from high school.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And how is that serving you now?
I don't know. Because I do talk in it, and it's like, oh, fun, just drop and say something. And it's like, people put what's going on and, jeez. And you know what?
Words.
Yeah, and I've had 2 coffees today, so I should be all right.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I don't know what is going on with me. So it's like, I do care about these people, and I do still consider them my friends. It's just not as high up in friends as we once were. Because, I mean, we're not in high school anymore, so we're not seeing each other. We're all in college and stuff. But I'm surprised how active the group chat still is. But I feel like it's nice to pop in and see what is going on in people's lives. Most of their lives.
So, do you guys, like, keep it real in the group chat? I'm just trying to figure out as well, too, like, what's the dynamic of your friends? Is it just, like, that's all we're doing is messaging here and there? Are you guys, like, pen pals?
No,
It's pals? Are you
group chats
physically in each other's lives?
I know that they hang out. See, but there's another question where I talk about this, too. Like, you asked me another question where I talk about this more, so I don't want to say something and then it overlap later.
Well, it's fine. Let's just flow with it.
Okay. Well, I'm so sorry, excuse me. They hang out in the group chat. Like, I see, they'll be like, oh, me and blah, 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 we were just doing this. Oh, we went out and did that. But I'm not hanging out with them.
Oh, how's that make you feel?
It doesn't really bother me because it's like, we're all friends, but we're all friends with each other, so it's normal for us to all go hang out separately. It doesn't bother me, because I also just kind of like, it's really weird when you feel like you're starting to outgrow friends that you're still kind of close with.
Okay.
Like, one of them, love them dearly, I work with them, and it's like, we're still really close, and I would hang out with them, but like, there's just sometimes now I can't picture myself hanging out with everyone in that friend group.
Mm.
And I think it might be because I've had a pretty gnarly falling out with with the one person in the friend group. Like, today, there was murmurs of, like, maybe going to the thrift store, and I don't know if they did or not. But I was thinking, I was like, I guess that could be fun to go to, but it was like, she would be there. And we've chit-chatted in the group chat, but we haven't talked.
And, well, you weren't invited.
It was kind of like sometimes when people are like, oh, if anyone's free.
But was that what was said?
Yeah.
Is anyone free?
Mm-hmm. It just was late at night, so not a lot of people were responding.
Oh.
But it's also a little awkward.
So it's like a half-ass invite.
Oh. I guess. Because also, a lot of them in the group chat don't drive, so it was also like, oh, it just depends if I get my mom's car. And I was not offering up my Jeep because I'm running so low on gas.
And, well, how many people can you fit in your Jeep? You got a 2-door Jeep.
Yeah. So it's like, I can fit 3 people in there, but also, do I feel comfortable? I'm only driven with, like, 2 people.
Right. So I'm guessing this was the question that you thought I was going to ask is, would you say that you've grown closer or further apart from your friends?
Definitely further apart, which sounds horrible, and it
doesn't sound horrible. I mean, that's just the way that relationships go, regardless of if it's friendship, romantic, not everything lasts forever. Some things just service purpose, and some relationships don't even have a falling out. It's just like, it's not really serving anymore.
Yeah.
But when we see each other, it could still be like, oh, hey, what's up? Long time no see. But, kind of keep it pushing.
Mm-hmm. Well, because it's like, if I see something, I'll think of the people. Like, I'm watching Ginny and Georgia, and one of the people in the group chat, Alex, she's watching Ginny and Georgia. But I didn't text her because she mentioned before that she's really big on no spoilers. So I didn't want to, like, mention it and it, like, accidentally spoil it for her. So I was like, I'll wait a little bit and then I'll ask her. Because I already asked her, I was like, have you been watching it? Because anywho.
Don't be spoiling.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be spoiling.
Or, like, with my other friend, Sophia, she likes Grey's Anatomy. And did you see that, the actor for Christina Yang? She graduated as a doctor today. Like, now she's a real doctor. She's really Christina Yang.
Well, I don't think that's her name, but...
No, I don't know her. And I was going to send that to her. I just forgot to. But it's like, and I was, like I said, I will.
Well, if she's watching, now you know.
Hey. But I like, and like I said, I work with one of them. So it's like, it's not that I no longer care for these people or to view them as my friends. It just doesn't feel, it feels like, I don't know, because I have, I don't know. Can I just say something?
Please.
I don't know, I get nervous because I feel like I don't really think that the people I'm talking about really watch the podcast, but it's just
Probably
like
not.
a what if. I don't want it to come off or be taken rudely, so I'm like tiptoeing around.
Yeah, I can tell because I was trying to get the juice.
Yeah, and I look like a scared
on.
animal.
Yeah, you really do. And then, let's see. We said today's episode is family and friends, so I'm also curious, do you ever feel as if you missed out on that big family experience since it's just you and I? Or do you like just having
Absolutely. I like crave having like a very close-knit big family, and it's not that you are more than enough. And we have our...
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I'm not a full family.
Okay, I just didn't want you to get
Okay,
offended.
well... Mm-mm.
And because it's like, this is our small circle. We have our little 3 cousins plus their family. We have grandma, auntie, you Essence. But it's like, I don't know, I think we were talking about this like last summer. When we went to like some family event, and the whole time I was like, oh, I really wish we were friends with like the older family members. And looking back now, I'm so embarrassed. But I just really, sometimes I just feel so lonely because I do have a big family. I have a lot of siblings, but I'm not close with any of them.
Okay. Well, you're close with Tommy.
Right, but it just almost, sometimes it just feels like there's an empty hole inside of me because I have all these people, but I'm not close with them. So I just like, I think that's why I like the found family trope so much, because I want that.
What's that? Found family?
Found in the name. Like people.
I gotcha.
Find family in them.
I gotcha. So, no, and I feel that you do that sometimes, and I don't like it. I feel like you really try to tailor your answers and things that you say to how you think I'm going to react or how I'm going to feel. Don't do that. Because it's not authentic. And it's like you're just also trying to like graze over what you think. Oh, I think my mom wants to hear this. I think that, yeah, no. If you feel a certain way, then you feel a certain way. If you want a big family and wish that you had more, that's okay. If your answer was, oh, no, I'm cool with just me and you, I mean, it's not going to hurt my feelings either way. I'm only one person. I can't multiply and be everything to you. I mean, I can try the best I can, but I can't be. If you had to explain our family to somebody that you just met, how would you describe them? And I mean, when I say just my family, I mean like your family as well too. So just as far as like,
Oh, hi, it's nice to meet you. Ask me
nice,
what my
nice to
family's
meet you too. Do you have any brothers, sisters? Do you have a big family, small family?
I do. I have a lot of siblings. Most of them are sisters, one brother. I have a pretty big family. I'm just not close with most of them. My like family circle is just smaller than like my family.
What does it consist of?
My mom, my auntie, my like 3 of my cousins plus their family, and then my brother.
Okay, and then you mentioned that you have sisters?
Mm-hmm. I have. Let's see, Rolly. I have 4.
4 sisters?
Mm-hmm.
And then how's that?
We're not really close. I feel like I'm close with one, but I don't talk to the others.
Okay. But now let's break the role play. How does that make you feel?
It hurts my heart. Well, it just kind of it's saddening because it's just like, well, dang. And I do think it's just because we didn't grow up in the same home.
Right, but now you guys are older. Don't you wish that you could just reach out and kind of...
Well, the thing is, you can reach out, they don't answer. But I don't like that with everyone, so I don't take offense to it because they suck at answering their phones.
I find that you make that excuse for everybody.
Well, don't get off topic.
I'm not. It's still staying on topic, but I find that if somebody's not answering you, it's like that's what you say. Oh, they're not the greatest at answering or something. It's like you downplay somebody's lack of communication for just like, oh, it's okay.
Well, because it is. I mean...
Is it? How long is somebody go? Okay, so I guess there is a certain normalcy, right? If I message you, I'm not expecting, well, not me personally, because if I message you, I'm looking for you to hit me back. But if I'm a friend or whatnot and I reach out to my friend, the longest I expect to go without hearing from my friend after I reach out to them, and it all depends on who it is. If it's Patricia, I'm going to give her probably like 12 hours just because she's working and whatnot, and she's not always on her phone. But if I was to go like a day without her responding to me, I would be like, hey bitch, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? Are you good? What's going on? So I don't think that... Let me back it up. What is an acceptable time period? When you say, like, oh, they just suck at responding, are they just not responding at all, or is there just, like, a little lap in responding?
Well, not responding at all. Or, like, a couple days. But also, I just want... You have a relationship with, Patricia. There's no relationship between me and my sisters for me to expect a response or know a time frame for a response.
Well, common courtesy. Right? Well, I mean, that doesn't go out the window no matter who you are. I feel like it's just common courtesy if somebody reaches out to you and you have my number. The only way that you have my number is because I wanted you to have it, so I'm going to respond. And again, it doesn't have to be right then and there, but to not respond at all, I don't know. I just find that I don't like it at all. And I think that it's like you said, it's saddening, and I would expect that when you're older, I would understand when you're younger, but when you're older, then you're able to kind of like form these relationships and try to have them there.
I don't know, because it's just such a tricky situation. Well, my one sister, she's getting married soon, and I genuinely was worried that I wouldn't be invited to her wedding.
Right.
Because it's just like, oh, I forgot to invite you.
Right.
Not that she did it on purpose. I don't think she would do it on purpose. Just like, oh, we don't talk that much. I didn't even really think about it.
Well, that's kind of shitty. Like, I get it, but...
I mean, thankfully I am invited.
Here you are. I feel like just downplaying it. You don't have to downplay how you feel. If, you know... And if somebody's listening... Even if one of your siblings, let's just say, is listening, then maybe they hear, like, you started it off by saying how it hurts and whatnot. I don't think that you're saying anything, like, fucked up to make somebody not want to continue anything with you. So you don't have to try to, you know, walking on eggshells with any of my questions. I'm not trying to put you in a situation to where somebody's going to try to... Oh, I'm not fucking with her ever again.
Well, let's be honest. With the friend questions, you've seen how crazy like they can react sometimes. So it's
Well, you allow it. You allow disrespect as well too sometimes. So why is that? I'm gonna.
I have a backbone, so
Yeah. So why? Why would you allow somebody to?
I just think when you care about someone, it's kind of just like I don't want this to hurt our relationship, so I'm just gonna take it.
And then you wind up being the one that's hurt all the time.
Yeah, and then it just snowballs to where I'm just being a gossipy little mean person, which isn't me, but it's just because it's spiraling, because I'm just like...
Right. Yeah, because we went through that little area because you were kind of being a mean girl. I even had to call you out on it. I was like, what? This isn't even like you.
But then you agreed with the comment I made.
Well, I did, but it just was like, it's not like you.
No, I know, but it's just sometimes...
Like, it's funny when you were first making jokes and everything, and it's like, haha. But then I was just like, I can tell, like, behind those jokes, like, that there was hurt there, so I'm just like, I don't think that this is good.
Well, because I just don't... I'm not going to say it to the person's face, because...
But why?
It's just a little nerve-wracking, because I don't...
What's the worst thing that can happen? Let me know, like, in your head, play out the scenario, you confront somebody, you let them know how you
Drive-bys be happening.
Karma, in real life, right now with your friends, that's what one of your friends is going to do is a drive-by?
You'll never know until you poke the bear.
Well, I do know. I do know. So, in your head, what is the worst that is going to happen in this scenario? Is somebody going to put their hands on you?
Call me Rocky. I'm ready. No, maybe, I feel like maybe, but I don't, with the person who we are both imagining, like she's not, we're picturing, I think most maybe she'll do is like a slap.
You think that she would slap you?
You don't?
No. I don't think that nobody in your friend group would put their hands on you.
I don't know. Maybe. Well, also we haven't talked in months.
Oh, don't be a punk. So that's what you're worried about, is if somebody will put their hands on you?
No, I know that. I think I can.
And is that how you're picturing it? Because that's real crazy.
Caress?
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, but I'm not gonna hurt my mama. But I don't think anyone in my friend group would put hands on me.
Okay, so if you're sitting here and you're like, yeah, I don't like the way that you said whatever, and blah, blah, blah. What is the worst that's going to happen? Well, fuck you, Karma, I don't want to be your friend no more. Or slap, fuck you, Karma. Like, what is the worst that's going to happen?
I feel like those two scenarios right there are the worst that can happen. But it's just, because I care about them. So it's just like a small, no matter how much they be pissing me off, I do still care about you. So it's just like, I don't want to be the reason that you are getting upset. Like, I don't want my words to harm you. Even,
Okay, that's fair.
You know?
But,
because that's what I put in the letter. I was like, all I wanted to let her know was I do not regret a single thing I said. I would say it over again.
Now, why
but
are
I'm
you...
sorry that it hurt you.
Well, I guess we.
Sense me with your mom intuition.
I just feel like in certain situations, that's fine. Be the bigger person, right? And if this relationship has being able to be patched up, don't get me wrong. I've gotten into certain situations with my friends, but it's been younger, and the only person I could think about was me and Shanika. But that's like when we were.
That's what also, excuse my language, pisses me off about the whole situation. It's just, it feels like I'm talking to a 14-year-old sometimes.
Yeah, we
it just
fell
feels
out.
so childish.
Yeah,
even when I see some of the things that she's complaining about, it just feels childish, and I think that's where some of my anger comes from, because it's just like, it feels like I'm talking to my 14-year-old self, because
yeah, and that just would, me personally, that wouldn't work, nor would it serve me, but I would just be like, yeah, I'm good.
Which is what I want to do, but it's also hard because we're in a friend group.
But with a group, so you can say that you're legit friends with every single person that's in that friend group. Like, you could call them if you needed a friend in ways that, whatever pops in your head of how you need a friend, you would be able to reach out to all of them individually, not in a damn group message, but individually, and they will all be there.
I want to say yes.
I'm going to say no. I know your friends, and I call bullshit. I don't see it. I feel like I've gotten way sidetracked with everything and going off on a tangent of your friends and how we got there. Let's transition back to family. So. Okay. Let's say you had a sibling growing up in the house.
I'm going to stop you right there. First of all, I wish I grew up with this. I don't wish I grew up with a sibling. I have a sibling that I wish I grew up in a household with. Like, it's weird because Tommy is not your kid, so it's weird to just imagine a threshold where we're living in the same home. But it would be nice if we were living in the same home. Okay. You know, because I just think about you sometimes, and I don't know what your childhood looked like because I wasn't there. Old.
I'm glad that you weren't, because you wouldn't have been there.
Yeah, but it's just like, just imagining like constantly having someone all the time, but also just imagining now having to share when I have siblings, yes, but I'm your only child. Right. So just the thought of having to like.
Sometimes I forget that you even have siblings.
Oh, wow. See, this is why we need to conversate more. Siblings?
Because, like, for me, I only have one child, so, like, oh, yeah, Karma's only child, and I'm like, oh, she's not, actually. She has siblings. And then, I guess for, like, my first impulse answer, but then, obviously, I don't forget. I do know that you have siblings.
Yeah,
but
I was say you've seen them grow up.
Yeah, it just feels like it's just so distant that I don't feel as if, like, you were shaped almost in any way to have them influence to feel like you're not an only sibling. So I say that for me personally, it's me and Auntie. Like, I have one sibling, and same mom, same dad, but it was just me, Grandma, and Auntie in the house. And when we were younger, it was not the greatest. Well, it was the greatest, but Auntie was mean. She would be trying to bully me and always calling me names, telling me that I was fragile or this and that. But then when I got older, and then we've always had our 3 years between us, but it seems like once you get older, and I'm sure I mature and I'm not like that annoying little kid anymore, then it's just like, oh, it's fun.
I'm waiting for Tommy's kinda, well, because he's funny, but it's also like sometimes he just is that annoying brother. Like, he sent me money on Cash App. I don't know if he knows, but he sent me money. And
how your little brother sending you money?
Because he asked me to, for Father's Day, I was with them. And he asked me to bring him down to church, and I was like, why would I? Like, why should I? And he was like, don't you want Dunkin'? And Mama's been craving a Dunkin' latte with blueberry syrup, okay?
You're about to get smacked on camera.
And Dad was like, we're not going to Dunkin' Donuts. So he sent me the $5 in conversation. But he wrote something, like, just something, because for Cash App now you have to do notes. He just wrote something annoying as all hell. And so I was like, you want to get smacked? And he kept testing my button, so I smacked him. And he's like, Dad, he smacked me. It's like, you want to talk the talk, and I let you know I will hit you. Terry was like, when he hits his growth spurt and starts hitting you back, I'm not going to stop him.
Bro, he has been preaching that for years, letting you know that the time will come. The time will come, but hopefully you'll have that upper hand on him to where...
Yeah, it's called height. The tallest thing about him is his neck. Just chop him right in and he's down.
You love it, though. Because you're always like, oh, can Tommy come over? Yep.
I'll never say that.
Yeah,
because he's
it's
just
on camera. He asks for you all the time.
Because he's funny. Like, but it's just such stupid 13-year-old boy humor. Like, we were talking, and he was like, is bisexuality just like, doesn't mean you just like black and white people? And I was like, yeah, that's actually exactly what it's like. And so sometimes when he just says something so stupid like that, it's like, I'll just go along with it. Like, he loves, now, especially now in this month, happy June, he's just like, it's even worse. He was like, now that you have a boyfriend, do you still like girls? And I was just like, you sound stupid. Just shut up.
Sounds like a little brother.
Yeah, oh my gosh. And he's now getting into country music, too. It's funny because every single one of, like, all our siblings, like, at some point we've gone into country.
So, but you never answered my question, though. Did you want a sibling in the house?
I don't know. I think if I don't want any sibling. And I don't want it to be young. Like, can it just start out? Can I just get Tommy? Like...
No, like when you were growing up. I remember exactly. I asked you a couple times because sometimes you would hint to you wanted a sibling, and then I would let you know all of what it would entail, and then you didn't want a sibling.
Well, yeah, because I just
don't like to share.
Well, no, but then it's also like I would have to help babysit a baby. I would have to help change diapers.
Nobody said that you were becoming a mom.
And you know what? A lot of moms put their responsibility on their daughters or just their kids in general.
Well, I mean, helping is one thing, but taking on
turning into young mothers themselves.
Who they are. That's not the experience. I mean, wasn't like, Carmen, you're going to have to be changing diapers. And no, I was like, oh, you're going to have to share mommy and you're going to have to share
that's all you hear.
Yeah. No. And that's really all it
Just sharing youth with not. I was just about to say that. You get jealous of your goddaughter. Like, I mean, of my goddaughter, your godsister. Yeah. That's crazy. Like, you're so excited to see her. And then let her just be about me a little too much. And I can... Well, she needs to remember... that you're only her godmom, so. Jealous of a little baby. Well, she's grown now. She's 7.
Oh, as long as I can still hold her, she'll always be TT's baby. Okay? See? You'll always be my baby too. Always. Do you have any questions for me?
I do, because you just took right over.
I did.
Do you feel close with our family?
It's funny that you say that because we just went to a family thing. No. I used to feel close to our family when I was younger. Because then it's like all of our cousins and stuff would be around. But then it's just like you get older and then you start to see people, I guess. Well, like, see who they are, not obviously see people.
Put on your glasses.
Yeah, and then it's just like, no, I don't think that I am as close as I once was, and just, I love my family, but our dynamics have changed, and sometimes I don't like it. Sometimes I do wish that, like, because I even get a little jealous sometimes. Auntie, she talks to our cousins, Josh and Floyd and Harold, and, she'll be
Playing cards.
well, she goes to the senior house. It's what we call that's what she calls her.
Oh, yeah, because I've never heard that nickname, Grandma.
So that's their Friday thing. But no, they just even call and FaceTime each other. And Auntie will be like, oh, guess what I just heard? I just heard from Josh. And I'm just like, I want to, like, I'm glad that the news is trickling down, but
Right, no.
I want to get
Sometimes
some of that.
I get a little jealous because it's like, well, I just get a little jealous because it's just like me and Nate, we're super close.
Right.
Well, and me and the Clarks, we're super close, but it's like that's where it ends.
Right.
You know?
And I'm partly to blame. Just because even when you were growing up and we would have family things going on or whatnot, I wouldn't, not that I wouldn't go intentionally, but I worked a lot. I worked the weekends.
You did 2 jobs, right?
Yes, there was times I had 3 jobs, 2 jobs, and then even when I had my previous job, I would be working from like 7 to 7, working on Saturdays, working on holidays. Like, if I was able to pick up a shift to get the money, then that's exactly what I was doing. So,
It's hard out here for a pimp when you're trying to make the money for the rent.
Or as a single mom.
With the Cadillacs and gas that you spent.
Didn't have any of that. Just out here trying to do the best I could and provide. And then I feel like some of our family, I don't know, I love them all. Well, I am glad, I'm not like, there's a couple that I don't love. No. I was about to say, well, you missed out because I just went to my cousin's birthday party, and that was nice.
I was working.
That's how it starts. No, but everybody continues. No, but everybody was asking about you, and it was nice because I got to bring my god baby with me.
You mean your daughters?
And then, pay. So it was nice. We got to see everybody, check in. I would like it if we, as much as we see and we check in with the Clarks and everything.
I know where you're going with this.
It's bold. It goes 2 ways, right? Like, being able to have that same relationship with everybody else would be nice as well, too. Because everybody's getting older, and it's just like, I don't want to miss any time.
Yeah. No, I guess I didn't know that was going. I thought you were going to talk about being them, because it's always like, we need to stop just seeing each other on holidays.
Oh, well, yeah, that's just even in general. Just even, I feel like...
Life gets away from you.
Well, with... I love them to death as well, too, but that's Kelly's family. I'm just talking about our family in general. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't want to just see people when it's a birthday or a funeral, and... I mean, not so much for you because you're not realizing it, but, for my cousins and everything, they're a little bit older than I am, and they're getting up there, so it's just like, time's not infinite, so.
Yeah.
Just thinking about that stuff, and it's just like, I want to be able to, well, if I want something, I need to do more, so I need to do better. Even when I was there, I should have just done better of, like, reaching out, exchanging numbers, and doing all those things. So that's a me problem.
I need to put a pause in this. The drink I have told you, it has lemon juice in it, along with like a seltzer and some cranberry juice. And I think like the acidic lemon juice is getting to me because my stomach hurts since I started drinking the drink. I just had to say that.
Oh, okay. Well, don't.
Would you rather have?
I would rather you keep your hands to your damn self. I don't like those kind of touches. I just don't like it.
Notice how I locked in real quick? Because would you rather have a big family or a small family? That's a play on words because of your last name.
I would rather have a big family. We already have a big family, but on both sides, I just wish that and it's hard as when you get older, everybody has their own lives and do their own things, but it's just a matter of making time for one another. And I don't think that I've done the greatest at that of like, oh, there should be a cousins night. Like, that would be fun. Like, oh, we get together and, something.
Phase 10, we could play Phase 10. I found Jeremiah's TikTok.
Oh, I comment on his TikTok sometimes.
Do you?
Yeah.
Probably so embarrassed. He's like,
why would I be embarrassed? I'm sure I'm the coolest cousin he has.
so, changing the topic. I heard you have a new segment. Segue?
For what? Oh, I do. It's Would You Rather. So I wanted to pop that in there.
Ooh, pop it in.
Would you rather, and you kind of answered this a little bit, would you rather I had another kid when you were younger, or that I dated somebody with a kid who was your age and you were like instant siblings?
I feel like that kind of already happened. Kind of. Because Essence has 2 girls.
Yep.
And me and Navani, I mean, we don't... It's kind of almost how it was with Lee. It's like we aren't talking all the time, but if I see her... Because she be posting, and it'll be like, oh, shoot, girl, I see you looking good. I'll like...
But do you wish that relationship had came in earlier? Yeah.
Because I feel like it's like, well, we're already... I haven't known you my whole life. I don't see you often. So it's not like we grew up together. It's like, oh, well, I just met you. You guys been together for what, 4 years?
So out of the 2, which
second,
would you...
But you dated someone with a kid, and...
You just really don't want nobody else calling me mom. It's cute. It's cute.
It's like I'm some 5-year-old. I grew up being cute years ago.
Would you rather have been raised with both of your parents under one roof?
And now we had this conversation earlier. That's funny. Because,
I didn't even get to finish my question, but...
Oh, well,
no, that's where I was going. No, that's where I was going. Or would you just keep it the way it is, just me and you?
Sorry, I got ahead of... Because Addison Rae, you don't know her. She came out with a whole new album. I wasn't really listening to it, but then I heard headphones on TikTok, and the one girl was like, I wish my parents stayed in love, which is crazy that their parents got divorced because of Young Gravy. But that's not to get off topic. And I listened to it because of that lyric, and it made me think. Good song, by the way. It was like, do I wish that my parents, like, were in love? And, like... Honestly,
please don't say things that you think I want to hear.
I'm saying the truth.
Things that you're worried about somebody else will hear and misconstrue it or anything.
I kind of like, it's kind of nice. I like the dynamic that I have grown up with because it's all I've known. I never, because, some kids, their parents, but later in life, I've never had that. You guys never had, like, a little, because, in TV shows you see it where it's like, hey, you can never...
just talk about this. We just talked about this.
Hey, sugar bear, remember me? And then it's like off and on. I would...
No.
I'm
sugar bear.
I'm grateful that you guys just stayed apart and not have to deal with the confusion of it being like, oh, well, once in love, forever in love. Like, that would be so much worse. Like, I kind of... Again, it's all I've known. It's just really weird to imagine having... Well, obviously now I do have something kind of really close to a 2-parent home, but growing up.
Right, the fundamentals of it all.
Yeah, like when it really was, like, no. I'd be so annoyed. Like, oh, even with Isaac and Kelly, I have to deal with it. Oh, go ask Kelly, see what she says. I'm asking you. Like, if you were like, oh, go ask your dad. Oh, see what your mom says. No! I'm asking,
because you gotta maintain a united front. I wish that, how to say this? I wish that we had a 2-parent household, but not with not to be harsh in any way, but not with your father. I wish
Not to be harsh, but
because, you know, sometimes two people aren't right, but what they make is perfect.
yeah.
And you were created, and it's like our relationship wasn't one that I would want to hang on to, try to make work for you or anything of that nature. But what came out of the relationship is the best thing ever, and it's like it was supposed to happen.
I guess.
But I wish that I wish because I think about it, and I think I feel that way because I'm older and I have excuse me, and I'm able to reflect on certain things, and now I really see the benefit of having a 2-parent household.
Yeah. Like when I do something I like probably shouldn't. Like Essence caught me last night because I didn't just, the dish I left in the sink was too messy. He'd be like, before your mom. And we've talked about like before your mom sees it. And so I was like, okay, thank you. I do always feel like I kind of like coming in with like my tail between my legs. It's like, sorry. But he's never like, oh, shame. He's like, just, hey, keep an eye out for that one. So it's like, but it's just like the thought, because all of my other sisters, it feels like from a young age their mom
Right, they had somebody.
you know, like from a young age.
Right.
And whereas mine's older. So I was like, okay, but it's just,
Better late than never.
yeah.
I was always just too.
But I was, no, you're not dating anyone. It took a therapist for me to be like,
Well, and it's funny because you say that in your older years, but you did want to have somebody so bad in the house.
I know, but this is my opinion now.
Right.
We ain't talking to puny little me.
Yeah, I was about to say, when you were younger, probably until you got about 14, 15, and then you were just like, no, you didn't want.
Hands off.
But yeah.
And even now, it's just like, yeah.
Well, I could see, I was just really, it's just so hard.
I would like to say that I'm so glad that you and Essence are dating. I was saying that I realized how that sounds like even now. No.
Oh, no, I didn't take it that way. I knew what you meant.
Because I'm very protective of you when we're out. I'd be quick to be like,
I think you'd be caught with stuff in your head because you're always like, Mom, did you see? And I'm like, what are you talking about?
I just don't think you realize the effect you have on people. You're a very pretty woman.
Oh, stop
and
it.
you have
Tell me more.
Yeah, so that's where that ends. Because I was about to say, like, you have an aura to you.
Did it just dim down?
Yeah.
Whatever.
-10.
How dare you?
Sorry,
let me get to, this is a good one.
Okay.
And I'm going to need some truth behind this. Would you rather reconnect and get to know your siblings more deeply now, or leave those relationships as they are? Like, oh,
Wrap it up.
cool.
Reconnect and be more deep.
Okay.
I really hope that when I go to my sister's wedding, that I can like.
Well, I'm always telling you have to get their numbers. Well, then, I mean, I know that you're the youngest sister, but sometimes, like I was just saying, it's just like, oh, okay, if I want these things, if I want a deeper connection with my family, then I'm gonna have to be the one. It's like the things that we can control. You can control how you reach out. You can't control how it's, if there is a response or if there isn't a response. But what would suck is if time goes by and then you're having thoughts of like, oh, I could have, I should have, you know. So it's just like, yeah, that's your opportunity. And then, you know, have a, not to keep on cutting you off, but have a heart-to-heart. And maybe the wedding's not the perfect time to have like a...
Well, not a heart-to-heart. No, at a wedding, that's not the place. That's
Right.
like proposing at a wedding. That's despicable. But it's like maybe...
Well,
are you proposing at a wedding?
Now I know it's despicable. No, Karma.
But like, obviously, that's something you have like after you guys. We've hung out for a couple months and there's slight a relationship. It's like, yeah, that kind of like, I'm really glad that we're talking now, but that really hurt. I feel like but I'm hoping at the wedding it's gonna be fun. We're gonna be chill.
It's gonna be fun.
So
weddings are exciting. Oh, find out if they need a photo booth.
I can't even get over.
Because we're here with Ussy Pics. UssyPic.com, okay? Holla at us.
I'm about to put duct tape over your mouth because, jeez, the question, I'm supposed to be answering it.
Well, answer it.
I can't because you're going on.
Because I could see the answers.
My forehead ain't that big, all right?
It ain't that little.
I got a 3 head.
3 of those gigantic ass fingers.
Fatty fat. I started doing that with Tariq. Like, he'll say something, and I'll just be like, oh, so you hate me? Mm-hmm. Like, I'll, like, read into it. He'll do it with me, too, so it's not just some, like, one-sided thing. But now I started doing it with other people, like, right then and there. Like, I really hope they know that. And it's... But no, yeah. Yeah.
So that's what you would rather reconnect.
Well, because it's also, like, Tommy's close with, like, Lexi.
Yeah, how's that?
Because Dad always goes up to help Lexi's house. And he's close with her fiance.
Right.
And they have their own little inside jokes. And it's like, not that I necessarily, like, want to be close with the fiance, but it's just kind of like...
Of course you do.
Well, I want to have, like, a family.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I don't have, obviously.
What I said, you don't have to do that. We all know
but I genuinely,
what you mean. You don't have to be like, oh, I'm trying not to hurt your feelings by expressing myself. I get it.
I can't even express myself.
I know what you mean.
Sometimes I just genuinely feel so hollow because I have so much family. And especially with my sisters. I don't know how many times I've clung to just someone and just being like, oh, it's almost like we're sisters. Just because I'm searching for that. You know?
Yeah.
And it's like, when I actually just reconnected. I don't know why I went like that.
No, because there's the reconnection right there.
Reconnected with my cousin, love her to death. And she was like, I was viewed you as a younger sister. And I almost started, like, I still think about that sometimes. Because it's just like, the fact that someone viewed me and wanted to...
Aww. Aww.
But I think this was a really good episode.
Yeah.
I think there was a couple of moments where I just got a little... I feel like most of the topics we cover are very, like, in some way sensitive, but this one, it just, like, I feel like I worry that people are going to take my words the wrong way, so I just tiptoe around things.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that you do that, and I don't like that you try to... I mean, I get it in a way you're trying to be, like, empathetic almost, like, eggshell, but then it just keeps your feelings bottled up. Your feelings matter. You can say your feelings. You're never saying anything disrespectful where you're just shitting on somebody else, but that doesn't mean that your feelings don't get to blossom. You shouldn't be making yourself small to make somebody else feel good. Because what are they doing to make you feel good? They would want to water you and embrace you and have you rise up and shine, not to be dwindling yourself down. That's why I'm always like, don't do that. Don't try to save my feelings that you think in your head, which are false, even if you say, oh, I wish I had a family. No, not that you're not my family. Like, no shit. I know I am, and that's not what I'm asking you.
I just wish I was close with all the family members that I was with you, Grandma, Auntie, Isaac, and Kelly.
What do you mean?
Because I could...
Oh, you wish you had that bond with all of them.
Because that's also why I did just come from work. I did not sleep well the night before of the birthday party, but it's also just like, the Clarks are going to be there, but I'm just way too tired. But it's also like, it's going to be, for lack of better words, excuse me, family, but the older family members is going to just be like, oh, you're in college, how's college? Oh, it's going good.
Right, but now you have a chance to, like, Frankie and Amanda, they're not that far off from your age. I think that they're, Amanda
was like, there was a bunch of guys there your age.
Could have been she might be mid-20s. But, I mean, that's still not far.
I feel like
our cousins were there. Oh, they asked about you. You probably don't remember them. Dustin and... actually, I didn't talk to Dustin. I spoke to Brandon.
Oh, the ones that I used to see all the time when I was younger?
Yeah, possibly.
But as I was trying to say, Grandma, she was like, there's a bunch of guys there that your age, like all your cousins and stuff. And she was like, oh, well, but I guess it doesn't matter because you have a boyfriend. I was like, well, didn't you just say that my cousin? She goes, no, not all of them. And I was like, she's always trying to set me up with some family friend. And it's so annoying. I'm still so embarrassed from, like, when our one family friend, who it's like, I mean, but I didn't have any romantic feelings for him. But Grandma's constantly just like, you guys would be so cute. I see you guys together. And then so it's like all I'm hearing is this. So I'm like, maybe I do. And I remember I went to Isaac and Kelly about it, and they were both like, "Girl, sit down, more of stand up." And it's just like Grandma really manipulated me, and because it's like if somebody is constantly in your ear, like. And even when at the more recent party, we were bantering back and forth because we've grown up together. We're family. We're close family friends. And Grandma just gave us a look. And it's like, I really wish that this would end now, especially since I have a boyfriend.
Right. I could see that. Yeah, your grandma could be messy sometimes. Excuse her.
Sometimes.
We love her, but she can be a little messy. Let me just make sure before we wrap it up that
And you made sure. This was such a good episode. What do you always say? Keep it real, keep it honest, and keep coming back.
Yeah. And then what do you always say?
You can find us on all social media. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
What about for the people in the back, they can't hear you?
We on almost unpack. Wow, there was something in my eye as I spoke. That's what I'm gonna blame it on. Blame it on the cheese. Got you feeling. Sorry, I've been listening to the Glee version of that song. I love it.
You need to listen to the Kids Bop version of all songs.
So you can find us on all podcast streaming platforms. If we're not on one, let us know.
Hit us up in the comments. Send us emails. Let us know. We want to know what topics you would like to hear us talk about. Is there something that maybe you want to discuss with your parents? And this is kind of like the, what would you call that?
Safe space.
Yeah, safe place and kind of like role playing it out. Like you kind of get to see how the dynamic would be, so you can, maybe match that vibe up. And make sure that you're telling everybody to come see us. And you can send us emails at hello@goodkarmabadmom.com.
It's just because I was telling my one coworker about our podcast, and the whole time I was just, because he said he would listen to it, and he was like, oh, I was lying to you. So I was like, oh, but I gotta be like, but isn't that such a cool name? That's such a good play on words. And he was like, what are you talking about? I was like, my podcast. He's like, you're still talking about that?
That's funny. Well, thank you for joining us. Bye. I should be like you. What are you doing?
Good karma, bad mom, your new fave crew. Tell a friend tune in here so they can listen to. We get real, we heal, and start spilling some tea. 100% hard with a dose of comedy.